Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another Daily Scuttlebutt with Ivy's Family Factotum. It's Monday, and I feel like poop. Yeah, Mom gave me her cold. That's okay. I will be okay. I'm still going to, try to do the things that I can, and take my medicine and all those things. But last week, I believe Friday. Was it Friday? It might have been Friday. That Dad and I coming back from the property, going into the house because all the women folk, they didn't go. Well, they went to the property, but then they ended up going into town because they had to go get like water and just other stuff, from Walmart. So they ended up going to town and doing all that stuff. Well, guess why they're there? That they got some stuff to dye hair because Mom had never dyed her hair before. So she now has purple hair. And then as I walked in, right, well, I also had to pick up the kiddo because that's one of the things that I talked about previously too, was she ended up getting lice, and it was going around the school. So that Friday I actually had to go pick her up early because she was complaining of itching. So the nurse had checked her, said they couldn't find anything, that she was clean, but because she had lice and whatever, even though we did the treatments, that they recommended that she go ahead and go home. So I went and picked her up, brought her home, and she went ahead and went straight into the house and started doing her hair as well, or Mom started doing her hair, and getting it colored and bleached and all that. That way, that whole mindset thing of, hey, if I bleach my head, all the bugs are going to die. So, which we'd already did the treatment, so she did not have lice. It's just all mental, right? Of that she still had bugs in her head and that she was itchy. But after the coloring happened, it was like a miracle. It all went away. So she now has yellow-ish type hair. And as I walked in, because Dad and I, obviously, we had to bring stuff in from the truck that the women folk had gotten, all like the heavy water and the cooler full of meat and drinks and all that stuff. And so we were bringing that in, and the kiddo, she's like, "Hey, Dad, you want to dye your hair?" I was like, "No, I don't want to dye my hair." I was like, and of course me, not even thinking, I was like, I don't want to dye my hair if you had orange. Just throwing it out, just a random color. For one, orange is my favorite color. It was just a random color. And then Gladys, she goes, eyes wide open, I just got orange. I'm doing orange in my hair. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So Gladys got, which is supposed to be like an amber. It is meant for people with brown hair, right? So whenever you put it in, and it's supposed to turn it like a nice, rich, like amber color, not like super bright or anything like that. Well, Gladys, since she has black hair, naturally black hair, she has to bleach her hair first to get it to be lighter, more of a brown color. That way she can utilize the colors to get it to match close to the box, right? Well, I don't have black hair. I already have fair, light, medium brown hair. But as I'm sitting on a computer, right, tapping away, she comes and goes and puts the bleach right into my hair and starts and bleaches my hair. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then after bleaching it, I had to go rinse that out and then with the color. So now, and like I said, it did not need to be bleached because I already had brown hair. But she did that step to me because she did it to her. I'm like, I did not need that. So now it's not an amber orange color that mixes in with your natural brown hair. I had basically white hair, pretty close to white hair, almost like my beard, the grayish, the very light color, getting an orange pigment put in it. So now, orange like my cup, I have very bright orange hair. Yeah. It's just hair, folks. But yeah, and the kid was like, hey, why don't you do your beard? No. I'm not going to be walking around here looking like a leprechaun. So, she does plan on getting some more, like a brownish whatever, to kind of go with it, to see if and get it to go more of the auburn color that we had talked about. But and I just threw out a color, thinking, just thinking, because normally, if Gladys does her hair or anybody does her hair, it's more like a red or whatever, and it's never in a million years has she ever gotten orange until this weekend. So, foot and mouth, I opened up my mouth. Hey, I would do it if you had orange. That's what I get. So, I have orange hair. But, yeah. Anyway, stuff at the property. So, I did get a chance to move the log. It took a lot. My little truck would not move it. That's how heavy that log is. So my little truck, and that's utilizing, so I have a snatch block going from, so the anchor to the log with a snatch block to basically a pivot block to my truck. So that's basically reducing the weight of the log in half, by utilizing the snatch block, because you're pulling on two ropes. So it's a 2-to-1, and my truck wouldn't pull it. So I ended up having to go up to the shop, because there was already a block and tackle there, but it's not like a snatch block. So to get the rope through there, you have to take it apart, take the pulley apart. It was all rusted, blah, blah. Dad got it apart. We were able to put it in, the rope in, and utilize that. So I was doing both snatch blocks at the log with the pivot block being that block and tackle. So I ended up having a 4-to-1 ratio, and this truck still wouldn't pull it. So I ended up having to use the Ford, and the Ford did. It pulled it, but barely. So we did get in place. I got a little bit of video, not a whole lot on that. So I will be doing an update to the bridge build. So as of right now, it's just going to be a small, like walking bridge, right? And then it will evolve over time to be, a little bit wider, to where we can do like 4-wheelers and stuff. I probably still will not be able to put, like a full-size truck over it. But I got to thinking, like, if I had all three logs there, it probably would be strong enough to drive a truck over. But I'm not going to do that. So, not going to do it. But yeah, as of right now, I don't know, I might even just only do the 2 logs, and and utilize the other tree for something else, because we actually saw a picture of like a gate, like a ranch style gate of basically what we want to do, and it would look really, really nice with a hand hewed cedar post, like a log, just squared up, and as big as I can get. So if it's a tree that has a good 14, 16 inch circumference to it, I can get a pretty decent size square log out of that. I should be able to get that down to a good 12-inch square beam, if not bigger. But yeah, I think it would look really nice. And it's kind of like a timber frame setup, to where it has the cross beam on the top, and then it has like little arch braces, but it's all in the western red cedar, and it's gonna be nice. So anyway, today I think we're gonna be doing a trip up to the big city. Just going to some shops up there, showing mom and dad around. A few different places up there. Probably go get a bite to eat, and then come back, because obviously got to be back in time to be able to pick up the kid from school. Right now I'm at the store because I need to pick up or try to exchange some parts. So Gladys and Dad and stuff, they came up here to get a new bar and chain for the Husqvarna. Dad kind of burned it up a little bit because he didn't put oil in the saw. I told him, I was like, this saw uses a lot of oil. It's almost a 2-to-1. So for the gas tank, which I probably need to go in and adjust it, because it just dumps the bar chain. Excuse me, the bar chain oil. It just dumps it out. So I'm pretty sure that I need to adjust it, and because it'll go. I'll fill up the bar chain reservoir twice in the amount of time that I go through one tank of gas. So, but he's out there just going for it, and it actually heated up the bar so much that down at the tip of the bar, it actually discolored it a blue color. So the metal on metal, that it heated it up that much that it retempered that bar to a blue color. So yeah, that's hot. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this going. I'm gonna jump into the store, see if I can't get these things switched around. First off, see if they even have what I need, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So I definitely appreciate you guys. Last but not least, remember, always thank a veteran at every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day, and we'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.